Hi, PerspectiveWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here. On Monday, September 16th, we have another hurricane on our hands. It's named Humberto. Looks like it will slowly push away from the U.S. East Coast over the next few days. Quite likely to become a major hurricane, category 3 or above, over the next few days as it pushes off to the northeast. Right now, a category 1 storm with maximum sustained winds at 85 miles per hour. This is the location. Very healthy looking system. Again, the general track is to the northeast over the next few days. We'll watch later in the week as very strong high pressure ridging sets up over southeastern Canada. Looks like this system will continue moving to the north and east, but if for some reason it were to slow down, I would certainly increase my concern, because there's a chance that high pressure ridging over southeastern Canada could kind of push it towards the coast for a little bit. Don't be surprised if it starts to make a turn like that before then resuming a northeastward track. But this little jog back to the north or even northwest for a while as a result of potential influence from that high pressure ridging will still have to be monitored over the next few days. But again, this has the potential to become a major hurricane. Right now, category 1, as it's slowly pushing to the northeast. Well, here's an infrared satellite image of the eastern Atlantic from the Caribbean Sea. These are the Leeward Islands here, as on the eastern side of the Caribbean Sea. Look, there's a wave right here, another wave right here, and another wave right here. Basically just showing here that we have a continuation of a very active pattern in the Atlantic Basin for this time of the year, which is the climatological peak time of the year. So no end in sight to the activity, it appears. We also have an area of showers and thunderstorms over the Gulf of Mexico that certainly can impact eastern Texas with some heavy rainfall over the next day or two. Well, in terms of the positioning by the National Hurricane Center and potential storm track, first of all, here's our area of showers and thunderstorms in the western Gulf now. Could impact eastern Texas with some heavy rainfall. Here's Humberto, and again, it looks like it'll move on a northeast track. It will be a while there, the middle part of the week, where it takes a jog to the north and hopefully then just keeps turning back to the northeast at that point. This little jog here is something that we'll have to monitor as tremendous high pressure ridging sets up across southeastern Canada during the middle and latter part of the week. But also, this very well could become a major hurricane, category 3 or above, over the next couple of days. Right now, categorized as a 1 with maximum sustained winds at 85 miles per hour. Meanwhile, another tropical system here has a good chance to intensify over the next few days on the general northwest track. It looks like that'll push it to the northeast of the Caribbean Sea in about 5 days or so, and then we saw earlier more waves out here in the far eastern Atlantic. Well, let's take a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly forecast maps from last night's 6C GFS model run. Strong high pressure ridging as we start off the new work week here over the northern plains, south central Canada. Here's the reflection at 500 millibars of Hurricane Humberto. Now let's move forward here. Again, it continues to move on a northeast track, kind of forms its own trough here, and should get pulled out to sea by that developing trough here. But notice this tremendous high pressure ridging sliding into the southeastern part of Canada. It's become so strong here. Don't be surprised to see this northeast track kind of take a turn to the north for a little while here during the middle part of the week. We'll have to watch that carefully. It should then resume a northeast track, but stranger things have happened, especially if it were to slow down and not kind of get picked up by this trough. It could become increasingly influenced by this high pressure ridging. But here we go. It's a tremendous high pressure ridge, and this is now by Friday, sitting right here across the southeastern part of Canada. We've talked about this numerous times, where a ridge in this position this time of the year often results in tropical systems sliding underneath, and we'll of course watch the potential for that over the next several days. But again, it could very well have some kind of an influence on Humberto as it tries to push harmlessly away out into the open part of the Atlantic. Let's now take a look at the surface forecast maps from the GFS model. There are some showers rotating around the outer periphery of Hurricane Humberto, basically moving southward along coastal Florida here. Of course, not a big impact. Quite lucky, as a matter of fact, for Florida with this system to its east, a strong system to its east, and another system to its west. Florida basically lucking out, kind of sandwiched in a more clear area between these two systems. This, again, could become a major hurricane over the next couple of days. Now, the other story along the eastern seaboard is that strong high pressure over the northeastern U.S. It'll actually provide a tremendous week in the mid-Atlantic region, but a lot of onshore flow, especially across the southern part of the U.S. East Coast, from the Carolinas all the way down into Florida. This week will be remembered for a stiff northeast wind along the Florida coast, for example, especially during the second half of the week. And here we go, it moves out, but then watch what the GFS does. It actually takes it there, right there, a little turn to the north and northwest. This is now by Friday. Let's backtrack a little bit and watch this change in the track here. So the GFS is indeed feeling the influence here of the strong ridging that develops over the southeastern part of Canada, and we'll have to watch that closely as the week progresses. It should then turn back to the northeast and perhaps again have some kind of an impact on Nova Scotia like Dorian did. Not quite as direct of a hit, but we'll have to watch that. And then another tropical system shows up on the maps here in about a week's time here, and hopefully that will stay away from the East Coast as yet another trough advances from the northwest to the southeast in about a week or so, but just way too early to write that one off. So we'll closely monitor Humberto's movement over the next few days, especially at the middle part of the week and the latter part of the week when high-pressure ridging, real strong high-pressure ridging, builds into the southeastern part of Canada. That's it for now. For PerspectiveWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.